Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.
Good day and a warm welcome to Africa Investor Today with me, Zylan. We start today with politics and economy. Canada supports Rwanda's bid to join the 53-nation Commonwealth, composed mainly of former British colonies, Canadian officials said on Monday, amid criticism of the African nation's rights record. Rwanda, where in 1994 an estimated 800,000 people died in a genocide, first applied to join the Commonwealth 2 years after that and renewed its interest in 2003. It then made a formal request in January 2008. British Prime Minister Gordon Brown is now reportedly leading a charge to admit Rwanda to the club. Canada and Australia, both major funders of the Commonwealth, also have a key say in the matter. A decision by Commonwealth members is expected by the end of the week when the body's heads of government meet in Trinidad and Tobago for their biennial summit. The long-awaited signing of the Bilateral Investment Promotion and Protection Agreement between Zimbabwe and South Africa will take place on Friday. The Economic Planning and Investment Promotion Permanent Secretary, Dr. Desire Sibanda, said the BIPA would be signed by Economic Planning and Investment Minister Mr. Elton Mangoma and South African Industry and Trade Minister Dr. Rob Davies. Dr. Sibanda said Dr. Davies would be accompanied by at least 50 investors from his country at the signing ceremony, would be followed by a matchmaking exercise to link local businesses with the visiting investors from South Africa. The BIPA would help enhance trade between the two countries, given that South Africa is Zimbabwe's largest trading partner. That's all from politics and economy. We'll have more news on other stories after this.
Redefining energy means redefining life. At the Petroleum, Oil and Gas Corporation of South Africa, our commitment to greater innovation and greener fuels has made us pioneers in the field of gas-to-liquids technology. It has also earned us worldwide recognition for producing the cleanest fuels through environmentally friendly processes. That's how we've become the international leader in diesel technology. Through pure innovation, pure energy, pure brilliance.
In companies and markets now, JSE-listed energy group Oando expected its oil fields oil mining lease 90 and 56 to start production within the next 2 quarters. The assets are expected to improve Nigeria's oil and gas reserves. The upstream assets are also expected to eventually boost Oando's financial performance. Commenting on its results for the quarter ended on September 30th, Oando said it had made progress in generating revenue from its upstream assets. The company also said it had an advanced stage of concluding the acquisition of controlling interest in Equator Exploration for 21.2 million rand. Oando is building up its oil and gas portfolio in line with its ambition to boost its oil production to 100,000 barrels a day by 2013. Rumors abound that media group Naspers is in discussions to buy the well-known global instant messaging service ICQ from American internet service provider giant AOL. AOL is restructuring and, according to the Worldwide Reports, plans to sell ICQ for $300 million as the service is apparently no longer a cooperation. Media speculation is that Naspers could be the buyer. TechCrunch.com cites anonymous sources that believe AOL is in advanced negotiations on a deal to take place only after December. ICQ is an internet trailblazer, having started its instant messaging service in 1996. Today, more than 42 million internet users make use of it. Stay tuned with us. We'll be back after this.
Afrexim Bank is Africa's leading trade finance bank, an organization dedicated to promoting African trade through credit, risk-bearing and advisory services. We pride ourselves on having local presence throughout the continent and are committed to extending our award-winning trade and project finance programs to unlock private sector development continent-wide. We invite you to become a part of our vision for a strong Africa in a changing world. If you trade within Africa, contact us to support you.
We move on to banking and finance news now. Kenya's government named a group led by PricewaterhouseCoopers to provide advisory services to the sale of Consolidated Bank of Kenya Limited. Consolidated Bank's profits in the 9 months to September the 30th rose to 58.6 billion shillings from 30.8 million shillings a year earlier, according to a statement published in the Nairobi-based Daily Nation on Tuesday. In June, Finance Minister Uhuru Kenyatta said the government would sell shares in the lending following its return to profitability. Commercial Bank of Africa lending to the small and medium enterprises customers by 400% between this year and 2004 to 13 billion shillings from 2.3 billion shillings. SME's relationship manager, corporate banking, Mr. Frederick Letundi, said at a luncheon attended by over 80 SMEs traders from Dar es Salaam that about 120 borrowers have benefited from the bank's lending. He however pointed out that the lending to the sector was risky business, but noted that CBA has devised a special system to deal with the inherent problems associated with lending SMEs. It includes educating the borrowers on the importance of ensuring their businesses and benefits of banking sales incomes. We'll take a look after the break at more news. Stay with us.
Africa Investor, the leading African investment magazine, is essential reading for investors in Africa, filled with the very latest in Pan-African investment and finance news. In addition, log on to africa-investor.com to find out more about our exciting capital market infrastructure and tourism events, and our long-standing investable Africa Investor 100 Index series, which tracks over $600 billion of African equities. Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.
Finally, on to infrastructure now. Telkom is aggressively pushing ahead with its plans to enter the saturated cellular market with capital expenditure of 6 billion rand over the next 5 years. Telkom's traditional fixed line growth is under pressure as competition forces it to seek new revenue streams. It spun off cellular subsidiary Vodacom, its main earnings driver, in May this year by selling and unbinding its 50% shareholding. The sale of its stake in Vodacom helped Telkom to report a profit of 40.4 billion rand for the 6 months to September. The regional governor of Ohangwena, Usko Ngunwa, has strongly defended the multi-million-dollar Northern Railway extension project, saying it will boost trade between Namibia and neighboring countries. The railway extension project, which has so far cost the government in excess of 1 billion Namibian dollars, is envisaged for completion in 2011, has received its fair share of criticism from those who believe genuinely or to score political points that the project has no economic benefits for Namibia. Several armchair critics have dubbed the project a white elephant, a remark uttered by the project's biggest critic, Rally for Democratic Progress, Secretary General Jesiah Namawi, while addressing his party's rally at Otapi in the Omotsani region a fortnight ago. And that's it for today. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. Stay up to date by logging on every day to www.africa-investor.com. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.